So now we're looking at tree N39 as it happens. This is the older part of the planting, and you can see how much larger the trees are. Some of the older pine trees that we had in here, and again the sort of messy looking results right now of not mowing. But this area is actually very shaded, too shaded. We're having to start thin the trees out. Nonetheless, we see that the clover is growing under the trees. What I really wanted to show you is what we call our burr bins, or the field sanitation stations. So chestnuts come in a heavy husk. There's usually 3 nuts in the husk. We ask our pickers to pick up all chestnuts regardless of their quality, so we can manage culls, as well as all of the burrs. And this is our major pest management control. Chestnut weevils, curculio, are our biggest threat. Fortunately, we are now outside of the chestnut weevil area, outside of normal chestnut growing area, so we've never had weevils on the orchard. And the way we're keeping that is to ensure that their life cycle is interrupted. If a chestnut drops to the ground and is left there, the weevil could crawl out, go into the ground to overwinter, and then come back out in the spring. So these bins have metal bottoms. We keep all of that waste in them. This is from last year's harvest, so they keep all through the winter and into the summer. And when we begin mowing, we will lift these bins up and spread the burrs back out on the orchard and mow over them so they can go back into the soil. And thus far, knock on wood, we've had absolutely no issues with those kinds of pests. Looking at more of the older pine trees and the mix of the orchard. So I think before I leave you, move into the very bright sunshine here, and actually show you where we're at with the chestnuts right now. So you can see a chestnut burr developing at the ends of the branches. Chestnuts like sunshine, so those will gradually darken, certainly get much larger, and then in September they will start opening mostly by themselves and drop the nuts to the ground, where we hand harvest and clean them up and get them to you. Thanks.